A furrier is what you call a skinner, a foreskin.
By the way, Neal, have I ever announced to the party like I'm a thief? I don't think so. Like I'm just.
So we just think he's a hobbit that's really shitty at fighting? Let me keep him around?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, he knows towns, man. He's traveled.
He's a well-traveled halfling. You know, he's a little bit. He's smaller than you guys. He's not necessarily that great. Yeah, he's not a veteran warrior. You know, he's your traveling companion. He's like Sam or Frodo.
Okay. All right. Then I don't say that, because I would not know that he's a thief.
You know what? You guys should not have accused Abby either. She never said she was a thief. Yeah. Just throw it out there. Maybe she was just shitty.
I think he just stole stuff from people. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure the party knew.
Trying to steal stuff from all of us. Try to steal the boots in like week number 2 away from Tuggabutt. Like,
yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right. So
yeah. Go ahead.
Jockrey asked me back to his.
No, wait. No, I won't do that. I'm gonna read through the list. I'm gonna compare, cross-check in the room alone, and then when Victorian comes back, I'm gonna talk to him first.
Okay. So you're going to to Largo to like, never mind, Largo, and she goes up to Jock. Or to Victorian.
Let's be real though. There's only like 5 names total. It's not like you need to cross-check a huge list of names.
I wrote down
it's like me, the little kid, and Frank.
Yes.
It's not like a database that you need to go through.
I know.
I like how you went with Frank. That's like the funniest name.
And yet your name comes up twice on that short list, man. It looks worse.
Oh god.
I go up to Victorian and I'm like, "Hey, man."
Yeah.
I think it might be our buddy, Largo.
What makes you think that?
I got his name twice on the list and nobody else popped up twice.
Huh. Well,
maybe we should bring him to our room and just zone of truth him.
You have the ability to get truth from people?
Yep.
Wow. Jockrey, you are a powerful shaman.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I just wanted you to know that. You continually surprise me. Yeah, let's do that. I mean, at least we'll know it's not our friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
Sure.
we're gonna do that, Neal.
Okay. All right. So you walk into you call Largo into a room with you.
Could I have already casted the spell in the room?
I mean, you haven't done anything yet, so.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask Victorian to go get him, and I'm gonna cast Zone of Truth on the room.
Okay.
Yeah, it should work.
This is all in the same night, right? It's the night where I'm resting?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait,
Largo?
Neal, if it's already casted, would it work, or do I need to cast it when they're here?
No, anyone who enters the zone is now.
Okay, perfect. Then I'm gonna do it before he comes in.
Okay.
Hey, Largo.
Yo, so I'm just in my room alone.
Mm-hmm.
Counting your money.
We want to check a few of our notes here to see. Can't find a name, so if you don't mind coming back with me, we're gonna study up in Jockrey and I's bunk bed room.
Sure. You mean for helping to find the thief?
Yes, we've got some names on the list. We want to take a step to see if we can't find out who it is.
Okay. Just give me a minute. You know, I actually just had some steak and it's not really sitting that well with me. I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick and I'll join you there in a minute. Okay. Cool. So, Neal, what I would like to do is take. I'm going to go into my bathroom, and I'm going to take my gold, and I'm going to
pour it in the toilet.
No, I'm going to empty half of it and put it
in your toothbrush.
Inside of my toothbrush, yes.
That's a hell of a toothbrush.
I'll put it in...
He's got a big mouth.
The portal toothbrush.
Like my bedroll or something.
Okay. You hide it somewhere.
Okay. So I'll have about half the normal amount. Okay, so I come... After I do that, then I head into the room.
Okay. Jockrey, Victorian, and Largo, you all need to make saving throws against spell. So D20.
Shit.
Just D20?
Just a D20.
14.
20.
Jockrey.
My spell is 15. Fuck me.
Oh yeah!
For me.
Take that, Ryan.
Oh, I failed.
Okay, so I'm going to read this aloud so you guys all can. I was going to just give it to Ryan, but I'll just read it since you're both affected. Affected creatures are aware of this enchantment. Therefore, they may avoid answering questions to which they would normally respond with a lie, or they may be elusive as long as they remain within the boundaries of the truth. When a character leaves the area, he is free to speak as he chooses. And since Largo walked off to put his coins away, it took... You cast it... so 3 minutes had passed, and it's 1 round, 1 minute per level. You're level 4. You have 1 minute now to talk to him. He took some time moving back into his room. Largo, you are unaware of the duration of the spell, so try not to metagame the duration.
So, as he comes in, I'm like, yo, Largo, what took you so long?
As Victorian should have told you, I told him I had some steak, and it was probably...
Dude, you can't lie.
You can't lie.
Oh shit! Sorry. No, but what I'm saying is,
You're really
I
good at
told
this.
Victorian I had some steak, so that's the truth. I did tell him that.
No, she asked you what took so long. You can't answer with what you told someone.
No, you can be elusive. You don't... You can
Because
say
what I said, I'm saying
That's
what
not
I said.
truthfully answering the question, though. That's answering a different question, right? So if someone
Affected
says,
creatures are aware of this enchantment. Therefore, they may avoid answering questions to which they would normally respond with a lie, or they may be elusive as long as they remain within the boundaries of the truth.
I can be
so the
elusive.
truth to the question, though, not just the truth in like in the history of mankind. Like if someone's like, "Hey, did you kill so and so?" and you're like, "Well, actually, I was born in September," and they're like, "Well," like, "Yes, that's technically true," and they're like, "Actually, rhinoceroses have 8-pound brains," and they're like, "That's not what I asked you." It's like, "I'm telling the truth."
I can be
Yeah, but
elusive.
if she says, what took you so long, and he says, I told so-and-so XYZ.
That's not an answer to the question of what took so long, though. Do you understand? That's
a good, that's a point, but he could,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
that's something that your character would say. Like, it's within the bounds of his ability to say that's that. Like, that's not a lie. He
All
is
right,
the
but you're
truth.
setting up
The
this
next thing
precedent, Neal.
I say, so...
I'm a get real.
Oh, you guys got zoned of truth before, and you did this exact same shit. You did this
Okay,
in roleplay earlier.
Ask me anything, Joffrey.
Okay, so I say, Sylvan, I cross-checked the name, and your name comes up twice. Did you steal these people?
Did I steal the people?
Did you steal from these people?
You're asking me if
Yes, I am.
See what
if
you
I'm the
started, Neal?
culprit.
Yes,
I
I am.
I am extremely offended that you would even.
Are you really offended, though? Are
I'm
you
extremely
really? You can't
offended
really
that
say
you guys
that
have
if you're
brought
not.
me here.
Not sure if you're really offended, Ryan. I don't think your
Brought
character
me here because
is offended. No,
I
it's
am
not
I am offended that you have brought
No,
me
you're
here.
not. You're lying.
Would you actually be offended that they asked you this?
He wouldn't be because he
He
stole
might. No,
it.
that's his decision to make.
I
could
am
actually be
offended
it's true.
because I thought that I got away with it scot-free. And so the fact that they're bringing me here,
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
I feel like I'm being elusive but truthful.
Okay.
I just don't know how anyone would ever answer the truth in this situation. Like, you're allowed to
I mean-
be elusive, which is like,
If we're gonna be real,
I'm
if we're talking about
offended.
like metagaming, the fact that you guys even brought me in here is mad meta.
No, it's not, dude.
What?
They
No,
took your
dude,
name down
your
by
name is
talking to
there
people
twice.
I
in
hope
the
you
town.
don't believe that, because we did some of the stupidest role playing I've done in the history of the show
Yeah.
to get to the point where we bragged.
Exactly.
I was
Neal-
walking through town and people
Neil, if
bumped
I'm
into
doing
me.
anything wrong, let me know. Otherwise, I stand by my roleplay.
Wait,
Yeah, I will let you know
I
if
just want to say
there's a-
something, okay? Like, first of all, chat, you're really dumb right now because I'm so right. His name came up twice because we were charged to find this guy. I got zone of truth. I don't see what's the problem here. Like
Don't-
my character.
like,
Okay, I'm done. I'm
Chat,
done. Yeah,
You be
okay.
quiet. You stop telling us how
That's
to play
so
the game. It's
stupid.
really annoying when you tell us how to play the game.
It's not
It's really
meta.
annoying. Anyway, continue. Continue the role playing. Come on, I'm trying to time this, but
It's
like,
been like, you got like 30 seconds left.
but there's like 2 seconds of conversation,
I
and like
said
5 minutes of exposition regarding the 2 seconds of conversation.
Okay,
I
maybe
mean,
Conversation.
okay. So like, well, Victorian, do you have anything to say? I mean,
I'm concerned that you offended him. Largo is one of my bestest of friends.
well,
I love the guy. I've
who
thought
else
of
do you
him in
think
different
did
ways.
it? Who else do you
What?
think did it? There's nobody else. There's nobody else on the list.
You just asked me the question of who I think
Yeah.
else did it.
Yeah.
You have to tell the truth too.
The honest answer?
Yeah.
God. Victorian would be like, I don't trust women.
So you think a woman did it?
Probably. They're always trying to take your money.
Yeah, man, that might be possible. I mean,
But
women
then
are
he
pretty
realizes
sneaky.
he's being super sexist, which is not nice. Now ask me again, Jackery.
Sure, I ask you again.
You're like, you really think that it was women?
Yeah.
Women are such beautiful specimens. Honestly, their abilities cannot be confined within just such
The
a
enchantment
singular
wears off.
question. What?
The enchantment wears off at this point.
I keep answering the same way, I guess.
Okay.
Women are capable of anything. They could steal. They could steal our hearts. They could steal our minds. They can write poetry. They're beautiful.
We can dance.
You can they can dance. Yes.
I wish you would come take walks in nature with me, man.
Listen, you guys are talking about something completely different. You bring me in here, you accuse me of stealing, and then you start talking about women. This is
Well, I mean, you say
This
it's
is
not you, so I guess it's not
Largo,
you. We
yeah,
need to find
she
who else
just-
it could be.
Or we just wanted your name came up twice. It was the only name to do that.
look. I understand that, but
How do you explain this?
it's very simple. We're waiting in town 2 weeks for us to have your shields made, and
Fair
I've
point.
spent my time doing leisure activities. I've been in the bar. I've been,
He likes to bump and grind against a person. Jackery, is this a crime? If it's a crime,
No,
lock
it's
me up now.
not. I guess it's not.
Jackery, if you remember back to the Pegasus, you were trying to get your bump and grind on the
I
person.
saw
that
you bumping and
to
grinding.
Bring to the woods, the young female.
Yeah.
Listen, if it will help put this whole thing to rest, and I pull out my money pouch and I show them how much is in there. Look
There
at
you
my
go.
wealth.
There you have it. He's
Yeah,
now,
seems like
Jackery,
it's,
you don't understand wealth, so let me explain
like
it. to you.
it's
Those
not
are
you.
gold coins. Doesn't
No,
have
I
a
can
lot of
count.
them.
I can
Okay.
count.
All right, my
But
bad.
okay, I guess it's not you. But who else do you think it could be?
Could be
Not
many.
women, that's for sure. I don't feel ill against women or anything like that at all. They're totally fine.
Do
They're
you have
normal.
any idea, Jack Largo? I show him the list of names. There's little Jimmy, there's Frank, there's that guy and this guy from the bar and that guy.
If I had to guess,
Do you think it's little Jimmy?
we will probably not find a thief like this.
I agree. They're probably really good.
They probably have a really high pickpocketing precision.
Super elusive.
Yeah.
We could check back at the bar, maybe re-follow up on the lead, ask the bartender, but
I'm gonna make a recommendation. Neal, should we be able to skip the rest of this? Or
Yeah, we can totally skip the rest of this until the king gets there.
Very
We
good.
don't need to keep going.
Oh yeah, and
If everyone's cool with that, I don't want to.
dude, so I'm
I'm
gonna go up to Largo later on alone, and I'm gonna tell him, man, I'm sorry I accused you. I was wrong. I feel like I should give you something, so here. I made a potion. It's debilitating. It takes 1 to 3 hours to take effect. I give it to you if you want it.
Jackery, this looks like an amazing potion, and I accept your humble apology. Thank you.
You want it?
I
I
would
also feel
love it.
bad about being.
I
a
give
part
it
of
to
that.
you. I give it to you.
So, Largo, I invite you on a hike in the hills nearby the town, and it takes the course. Do you accept, by the way?
I would
By the
love
way,
to- like,
like
It's a
write that
day-long-
down. Write it
It's
down.
a day-long hike, and I talk the entire time about forgiveness and the value of friendship and how, it's just dangerous times and stuff like that. It's a day-long talk and hike,
yes.
and I cry a couple times.
I cry some crocodile tears.
Okay. All right, let's let JP also play.
No, I'm good. I had some great nightmares of
JP's
People
been in a
in the-
bedroom for an hour.
people
Later
in the,
on, Neil, I recombined my wealth from my bedroll to my
Good.
pouch.
No.
All right.
My nightmare consisted of this fucking annoying group of people next to me just screaming at the top of their lungs and Someone being accused of a robbery, but I thought it was just a fever dream or something, so I imagined it all.
All right. So, a couple days, the next day, Alice is all repaired and ready to take on the world again. And the king is on his way here. Actually, no. You find out 4 days after that, a writer appears in town, being like, the king is on his way. He'll be here in probably 2 days, maybe 3 days.
Superb.
Okay.
He'd love to see you guys.
We'd love to see him. And can't wait.
Okay. So, 2 or 3 days. 3 days pass, and the king, with an entourage filled with writers, arrives. Now, let's take just a quick moment. During this entire time, Carla has basically stayed in her room.
Yeah.
She's come out a little bit for some food here, for something else there, but the rest of the time she's remained kind of in a room. You've made excuses to people as to why she hasn't been around, like, oh, she's not feeling well, she's blah, 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 blah. But it has been slightly conspicuous that this one member of your party just kind of held up
What
in her
day are
room
we
and never
on now,
really...
Neil? How long are we
This would be... The day the king arrives is going to be day 10.
Okay.
Day 11. The day the king arrives is going to be day 11.
I like it.
Okay. So that has been kind of like a conspicuous thing, but you've made excuses and no one has questioned. Like, you're the saviors of the town. No one's giving you shit, but there are still noticeable things, and there was gossip regarding it. Anyway, the king arrives. There's a whole entourage of guardsmen there. He arrives on horseback. His wife and kids are in a wheelhouse being carried, taken with everyone. For those of you who don't know, wheelhouse is basically a giant fucking carriage meant for long distance travel on not necessarily even ground. I'd say there's 50 guards with him, the whole entourage, and a bunch of 20 other support, cooks, servants, blah 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 blah, and many wagons full of supplies. The king takes over the Lord's house, Lord Stonecup's house, and you guys are relegated to Pete's Tavern to stay as a home. He comes before you and says, first they inspect the boule fin, which has now been rotting for 10, 11 days up on this pike. They take a look at the blacksmith because you've got the scales there. They look at the claws and the teeth. The scale. And the king comes to you, or you are brought before the king and says, you've avenged my son and you've saved my lands. Is there anything I can do for you as repayment for your deeds?
Well, first off, Neil, I have this etiquette proficiency.
You do.
This is a human king?
This is a human king.
Do I know the practices of his culture? I guess having this etiquette, like what is that actually?
Yeah, the horse lore, considering your backstory and everything, this is legit.
Okay.
You would know enough about them to be properly etiquetted in front of them.
So, I guess the question that I'm asking is, I have 5 charisma. So what do I roll for this etiquette check?
Etiquette check?
Yeah.
Etiquette is not a word.
Is it not? Am I
Etiquette? Etiquette?
Well, I'm role playing right
Probably
now.
the wrong
Obviously.
show to be worried about what's a word and what's not.
Well, I'm obviously role playing, Jeff. I mean,
Yeah,
of
no,
course I know that's not a word.
Hey, I make up words all the time, man. I make up words all the time.
A, B, C, D, E. Etiquette. This proficiency gives the character a basic understanding of the proper forms of behavior and dress required in many different situations, especially those involving persons of nobility and rank. Thus, the character will know the correct title to use when addressing a duke, the proper steps of a ceremony to greet visiting diplomats, gestures to avoid the presence of dwarves, etc. For extremely unusual occurrences, a proficiency check must be made for the character to know the proper etiquette for the situation.
You
An
know it,
imperial
then,
visit,
mostly. perhaps,
for example, is a sufficiently rare event.
So do I know it?
Having the character know what is correct and what actually to do, or having the character know what is correct and actually do what is correct are two different matters. The encounter still must be role-played by the character. Knowledge of etiquette does not give the character protection from a gaffe or faux pas. Many people who know the correct thing still manage to do the exact opposite. So you would know all the correct steps to take in front of a king.
Okay, I take all those steps.
Okay. Can
we imagine this to be something like the end of A New Hope, where
yes,
we approach like as a group, but one can speak at a time, type of thing?
Yes, that's exactly what's happening. There's a full ceremony outside in the town square, just below the boulet fin. There's a temporary chair set up for the king. His wife's on one side. There's 6 kids are on the other side.
Neal,
Okay,
what do
Alice?
the trumpets sound like? Okay, I'm very excited by those.
You guys have never seen Alice be so polite or cordial in your life.
Yeah, I'm also Neal. I just want to say that I've got this gown that's on my character sheet, and I'm wearing this gown.
She's wearing a gown.
Yeah.
Does Largo notice her calves through the dress? Is what I would want to know.
I whisper to Victorian, "What's going on with Alice?"
She is a beautiful woman, and she is showing off that beauty right now.
Yeah, can I see the striations, Neal? I'm looking for that.
I don't know what the hell a striation is.
And the calf, like the individual muscles, right? Like when you're really defined.
Oh yeah, you could totally see that. I have
JP,
1897
stop
strength.
showing off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I could totally see that.
You could see that for days.
JP so pretty.
Looks like someone like chiseled a rock out of my calf. Just every muscle is purely defined, Largo.
She really got wonderful calves, guys.
She does.
Yeah.
All right, so Alice, do you ask for anything, or?
No, I just like greet the king. As
Okay.
the head of the party, Neal.
Okay. So
Alright.
you greet the king. The proper term would be Your Majesty or Your Grace or My Lord.
I say my grace.
My grace. Change your
I'm like,
voice,
my-
JP.
My grace, it is such an honor to meet you here in this lovely town.
The honor is mine, Lady Alice.
You can just call me Alice. I lost my ladyship and I lost my arm a couple weeks ago.
So the rumors have spread.
The worms? No, there's no worms in my arm, sir. It's quite healed and perfect.
Rumors.
Oh, rumors. What have you heard?
What have
He
you
looks
heard?
at Victorian. Is there anything I can do for you, Victorian?
Yes, Your Grace. Thank you. First, let me say thank you for coming. Also, please know that your son was avenged in a brutal way. This beast needed to be brought down. Jockrey even tried to reason with it, for Pete's sakes, and it was, of course, a beast of death and gore, and it was killed brutally.
The king interrupts you and looks at Jockrey and says, "You can speak with the beast?"
Oh no.
She
I can't.
likes, or he likes to think so. Yeah, he talks to animals.
There was a lot of noise. It was really weird.
Yeah, sorry, that was confusing. It was more of an inside joke amongst the group. If it is, you asked something truly incredible, and as you can see, we are a traveling group. My trade is combat, and that is how I protect those that I love, and that is how I try to do right as best as I can around, as killing things like wyverns or boulets and other things that sound very silly. So if you had any kind of specialized or some kind of weaponry that I could that's my trade. That's my currency. That's how I give value to myself and those around me. That's what I would ask for.
He nods and looks at Jockrey and says, "Jockrey, what is it that I could reward you with in response for your, as a reward for your wonderful use in combat and saving our town?"
Well, what the hell? I've been using spears, so if you happen to have a better spear than the one I have, it would be nice. I lost my backup spear fighting.
I see.
Also-
He looks at Largo and says, "Largo. Interesting name for a man."
He's quite
Tell-
king. Would you, my grace, sir? Would you say
Tell me, would
he's
you
tall for his size?
do you have a request of your own? Perhaps something less unusual?
Absolutely. I try to prove my worth in combat as well, but a lot of times I try to be nimble and dexterous and move behind my opponents to take advantage of their weak points. Anything that you could give me that would aid in this would be greatly appreciated.
The king has a fairly blank look on his face.
Some +1 dex gear would be very nice, King.
Well, I can offer you training with one of my masters at arms back in Vemmer. I'm sure that he could teach you a thing or two about combat and repositioning. If you would like, you may come back with us and train with our master of arms. I do not have any spears on hand, but I can send back for a fancy spear to be brought out to you. I'm sure I can find a weaponsmith to make you something truly magnificent. Victorian?
Yes, my majesty.
He pauses. I did bring a small selection of the rewards I thought you all might like. I have a long sword that I think would suit you well.
That is most generous of you, my majesty, and I do use a longsword, so that's fantastic. Thank you so much.
And looks back at Alice and says, Alice.
Hi.
Sharp. You never made a request either. Well, you never made an explicit request. Is there anything I can do to reward you for your hard work and your personal sacrifice? I hear you almost didn't make it through the encounter.
Yeah, but for some reason that always happens to me. Hey, do you have any arms?
Arms, as in limbs or as in weapons?
Both?
Would you like a weapon, Alice?
Yeah, I mean, she kind of. I look back at the rest of the party, and I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck. I turn back to the king. I'm like,
oh. Well, he turns to one of his sword guys. Says, "Vincent, could you please get the third chest and bring me the bag?"
Absolutely. Oh shit!
Sorry.
I'm not Vincent anymore.
No. A man, probably Vincent, comes over, brings a chest, plops it down, and brings the king a bag. And the king sets the bag down on top of the chest and says, "These are for you. Inside this bag, you will find platinum coins in order to reward you for your services. Inside this chest, you will find a ruby longsword. This is for you, Victorian. Jockry, I will send out riders to find the best weaponsmith in the land, and we will have them fashion you a spear. I will bring it back. I will have it sent here with all haste. Largo, you are welcome to come and train with us for as long as you would like. You have stay at my castle as long as you live."
Excellent.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Then he stands up, and everyone else stands up too, and says, "Well, now it's time for the feast." And everyone heads off towards the feasting area.
So, Neal,
I'm gonna
real
try
quick,
to.
just divvying up the stuff then. How many platinum?
There is 30 platinum.
I thought that was just for me, though. Did I
Pretty
misread
sure
that?
it's for all of us.
What was said was said.
Well, Jockry doesn't care.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you said,
Well,
"Here's a
you
chest
guys are
and
not
this is for
having
you."
the discussion right now. Like,
Oh,
if you
because I
want to
guess
have
you
the
didn't get anything
roleplay-
else, right?
Yeah, you got the ruby longsword. Largo.
Oh yeah,
is-
that's yours then. So you get 30 platinum. What's the ruby longsword, Neal? What do I do with that?
It's not actually made out of rubies. It's a long red. It's a long sword with a red blade. God knows why the steel is red, but it is red steel. The rest of it is fairly normal. There is a ruby in the pommel and on each of the guards.
It's just a longsword.
It is a... Well, to the best of your knowledge, it is just a longsword. I'm not giving you... If it's a magical sword, I'm not going to tell you now, and I'm not going to tell you what magical properties it may or may not have now. That is an adventure in and of itself.
How much does it weigh? How about that?
Same as your other longsword.
Aha! It's magic! No, I'm just kidding. All right. 3 pounds. Yes. I'll add that now.
Do we have any reason to suspect it could be magical? Like...
I mean, magic items do exist, and a king gifting you a gem-encrusted sword it's definitely possible.
All right, so the next day I'm gonna...
It's not necessarily a longsword, but it's possible. It could just be this beautiful jewel-encrusted sword that is worth, 1,000 gold or 500 gold, whatever.
So for the next day, Neal, I'm gonna take detect magic in my spells.
Okay.
I ruin everything.
We can say that we all go feast and call it there. Then I don't know if you had story happening at the feast.
Just a little bit more.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll do that.
And I would have sneaked a word for Victorian actually. Okay. I would whisper to him, "What if we told him about the baby? He's not with Vorasi, is he?"
Joffrey, please, we tell no one.
I whisper that.
I know. I whisper back, please, it's best that we keep it all down low. He
seems like a good man.
He does seem like a good man, but he's still under the rule of Vorasi, from what I understand.
Yeah.
They're not separate.
Right.
Yeah.
We could have an escort. Protect us.
Now's not the time to talk about sex. Like, what you use your money for is what you use your money for, okay?
Oh, so that's what money is used for. Feel like I want some platinum now. Okay, don't say that. I don't say that. Alright, all good. Neal, go.
Okay, you guys are at the feast. Everyone's around. Carla is there. She leaves the baby alone for a little while to just to make a quick appearance, say hello, grab some food, and then she takes off. After this happens, the king kind of has some words with Lord Stonecup, and leans over on the table. Alice is sitting next to the king, and says to Alice, "Lady Alice, I noticed that the 5th member of your party was not out there this morning, and only made a slight appearance tonight. Is everything okay?"
Oh yeah, that's just Carla. She keeps to herself. She's kind of a quiet one. I'm like looking around the room like for anyone in my party.
Lord Stonecup has informed me that she hasn't been out much since she arrived here.
Yeah, she
It's unhealthy for a young woman to spend so long indoors.
Well,
I can't imagine living a lifestyle where you don't go out in the fresh air. It's unimaginable.
You see, King, she travels with us, and she tends to the horses. We have an ass, I guess you could say, named Somerset, and that's her job, is to tend to it. She watches that thing day in and day out.
Is she being punished? Is she being kept in there for a reason?
No, she...
Am I there?
You're like a person or two down.
Okay. I didn't know they were that close. I'm just like, well, I think you should probably talk to Victorian. I don't really talk to Carla that much.
He looks down and kind of yells out a little bit louder. Victorian!
Yes, my majesty.
Why is Carla locked up all the time? Well, not locked up, but why does she spend so much time inside? Seems inhuman.
It's not for the best, my lord. Part of the reason we're doing this traveling is because she's a very sickly woman. We want to go east, where we're not around nearly as many people. She seems to become more ill around larger groups of people, so I hope it doesn't offend you. This feast is phenomenal, but she even missed out in the feast the town put on for us just because she's afraid of contracting an illness, if you will.
I see. That's most unfortunate for such a young and fairly pretty lady.
I'll tell you, it's made her into a trooper of unimaginable amounts of strength. She's a very staunch, sturdy woman, both in mind, spirit, and body.
And you say she tends to your ass?
She takes care of
we have
Somerset.
an ass,
Yes.
not his ass. We have a donkey.
I'm
Yes,
aware.
We've muled on our journey here, and she's got away with animals, much like Joffrey. You know, Joffrey was once
I'll
in a
mule over
circus.
if I can find something for her. I'm sorry, did I interrupt you?
Oh no, I was just Joffrey's had many an adventure. You should ask him about it. He's quite the thriller.
He gives you an eyebrow raise. Yeah, you can tell him at any adventure you want.
Oh, me?
Joffrey.
Oh yeah, so I tell him about like these baby wolves I had once rescued and brought back to health once. And then I left them in the wild and they were okay.
I'm
With
the
beautiful-
over-invested spectator to the story, so every time Joffrey's like, and then the wolves were like my friends, I'm like, no way! That is
They're like,
phenomenal!
yeah, man, they were so nice.
When they
But then I knew I had
Sick.
to let them run free, you know? Can't keep a beast.
when Joffrey finishes the story about the wolves, I say, yeah, a couple of weeks back we killed this family of bears, and she was really sad about it.
See?
Sorry, sometimes I have a hard time determining the gender of one person.
The long-haired dreads.
You can
yeah.
tell by the dreadlocks, right? She kind of looks, yeah.
See?
Got that little tiny waist, too, and the way you sway a little bit, it's
Joffrey's
hard.
such a dude.
Jackie's a bro.
Where's that picture that you found of
I
Joffrey?
don't
You should
even have...
you should show that to them so they would understand what you look like.
Tan,
Anyway.
dreadlocks, 6 feet long.
All right. Well, that's all that I have for us today.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
I'm posting the Q&A right now.
Yay!
It already is filled with answers to your potential questions. I have the stats of the boule. I have a little bit of wording on the boule. I got some information about the whole Largo stealing thing, and I've got information about the kinging thingy on there already. So you don't even have to ask those questions.
But still
I
do,
won't.
because it's funny to see Neil not answer them, and yeah.
You're so kind about it, Neil. You're like, hey, top of the thread, man.
All right, there you go. There's the Q&A posted here. JP?
Yeah,
Your
I'll
show.
post it in the chat real quick. Let's go ahead and do some shout outs here. Ryan, why don't you start us off?
Sure. Shout outs to the viewers, man. You guys are ballers. Thank you all for watching us. As always, I love having you guys here watching us play roleplay. My own stuff. Follow me on Twitter at MLGRyan. You can follow my YouTube. It's youtube.com/RayuZilla. And I haven't decided if I'm going to be streaming tonight, but I am going to take a little break, so it's not going to be right after this if I will. My Twitch is twitch.tv/RayuZilla. And yeah, I'll tweet if I'm going to be streaming later on tonight.
Ryan, I watched your Nookie saving video on your YouTube.
What
It's
did
pretty
you
fucking
think
funny.
about that? Yeah.
Like I said, Daisy is one of the most incredible games to look into for 2 minutes at a time. Like, you guys were hostages in a barn, and this guy was like tripping out on his power because he had a gun, and then just all of a sudden there's randomly just people running through walls and shit. Like, you guys should check out his YouTube. He's got a lot of those highlight reels on there, and I laughed for 3 minutes. It was good.
Yeah. I need to play Daisy again. I haven't played in like 2 weeks, so.
Is it really as? I mean, it looks like it's buggy as shit. Like, people just are phasing
it's a
through
terrible
walls.
fucking game. In terms of like game design. Like,
Yeah,
it's
there's a lot of
super
bugs.
alpha.
For me,
It's
like
pretty
Daisy is about like the stories and the people that find me and like just the weird ass shit that happens to me. Like
I
I'm in a
still-
barn held hostage and Nookie with no pants and an axe saves the day. Like screaming Nookie.
And I like the
just
firefighter
funny.
one where the guy's like, "You leave him alone." He comes running in with the fire extinguisher. It's a weird game because it's like a case study on how weird people would actually be in a post-apocalyptic scenario where like there's just random power plays and
Yeah.
Yep.
like, "Hey, I told you to squat when you walk towards me," and he's like, "Oh, sorry, man." It's like, what the hell?
See, the best part about all of that, Jeff, is when like people pull the power play bullshit on me. I don't do any of that. I just go and fucking try to punch them to death. Like Ryan's first experience, he was like the most gentle, kindest player. Never would even shoot a gun at anyone. And then we played for like 2 nights. And at the end of the second
Killing
night,
people.
he betrayed like his best friend on Twitch and like killed his best friend. And I'm just like laughing the entire time, like this evil person that turned into the dark side.
It does look fun that way. It looks like it looks like a cool sandbox-esque, like a case study on people, like just fun.
Oh yeah.
It's
great.
It's pretty interesting.
It's great.
Did you hook up with what's his name, Soma, about the Daisy Survivor games?
No, I never did. I need to do that. I'm
is he
really
running
waiting
other
for
Survivor games?
He does them all the time.
Yeah, they're pretty fun.
Once they get a spectator client for the standalone, then I'll be running them all the time.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's a lot of fun. Anyways, Neal, do some shout-outs.
Thanks for watching, guys. RollPlay Solum is super fun. I'm going to try and put us in all sorts of different directions and have all sorts of different themes, and I think we're going to be doing a lot of interesting stuff. Like, I mentioned this in the Q&A. Today was supposed to be the entire session of play was supposed to be like learning about the boule, learning how to fight the boule, learning how its weaknesses, and the party like theory crafting how to defeat it, and then they go out there and fight it. Instead, they walked out and just kind of ran into it and fought it. And you have no idea how fucking lucky they got. They should have been dead. Its bite does 4d12 damage. 4d12 damage. That's 48 damage possible, you know, on a non-critical.
Like d20 plus what to hit?
9.
It was plus 9?
Yeah.
And it missed? Holy crap.
Exactly. And then it rolled a 3 on its poison saving throw when it needed an 8 or higher to succeed, and then took 25 damage from that. Like, fucking collusion, guys. Fucking collusion. The party should be dead right now. The whole point of today was to get them to fight that. So, there's my rant. You can follow me on Twitter at Koibu0, on YouTube.com/Koibu0, on Reddit r/Koibu, or on Twitch, twitch.tv/Koibu. I may stream this evening, but probably not. And I will probably stream tomorrow at some point. Other than that, you should check out Dicing with Death next Sunday. And do not bet against Jeff in the Super Bowl.
No.
Don't do that, guys. It does not play out well for you.
I get lucky. I can't believe you sent that smiley face, you rookie. That was so funny.
Oh, I know, because it was like, oh, this is good. This is good. Oh, shit. No. Oh, fuck. It was...
What, did you lose money on the...
Yeah, he bet on the 49ers.
Of course I did. Of course
and him being like the sports novice that he was, the 49ers were actually ahead at one point, and he sends me a fucking smiley face.
It was a winky face.
And I'm like, oh my god. And then I was like, I'm calming down, like, he doesn't know what he did. Like, that's so BM, it's not even funny.
Oh no, I'm fully aware of the history of the winky face. That was intentionally a semi-BM thing.
I have a quick story to tell real quick. I went to that Warhammer tournament with my buddy from the Warhammer team. Mm-hmm. We haven't known each other for very long, but we fast friends. But we're sitting there watching the 49er game, and he's like not a sports fan at all. And the 49ers score a touchdown, he turns over, he goes, Jeff, he's like, oh man, I don't know, the Seahawks will look so great. And I said, Frankie, I love you, but I'm super intense about this. If you keep doing that, I'll punch you in the face. And he's like, ah, sure you will. And I was like, no, I'm being serious, man. Cheer for your team, but don't look at me and try to taunt me. And he's like, oh shit.
I didn't know you were that intense about this.
I don't think I would punch him in the face, but I do. I'm emotional. Like, whenever people like, I've actually blocked people because they tweeted me like, "Your Seahawks fucking suck. Go Broncos." I'm like, blocked.
Well, I mean, that's a pretty offensive thing to say in the first place.
I don't think I'm too crazy about it.
Jeff's the guy that, like, at the tailgate parties that gets drunk and starts fight against the opposite team fans.
That's
what Jeff actually is on the weekends, guys.
I hate those guys.
He's got a problem, and we're all here for him. Just to make sure that it didn't get too crazy.
But it was fair in the end, because you sent me a winky face back when they lost.
Oh, yeah. I had to.
Oh, no, it was great. I laughed my ass off when I got that.
Jeff, do some shout-outs.
I'm really enjoying this, guys. Like, it's really funny. It's funny to hear Neal say how lucky we got, because the whole time... Because I really care about the show. I really have a lot of fun. So when we were like... I was like, we're fucking dead. When we were missing on 19s and stuff, so I got all quiet and sad. But then the numbers started to just, like, absolutely betray Neal, and we're really, really lucky. And I was like, okay, we get to keep being these guys. Because what I really enjoy about roleplay, obviously, is all the interaction, the fun, and now we're more into the gaming side of it, I guess, this time around, which is, more, well, here's what it says you can do and stuff like that. And that's fun, too. But I like the legend. I like the character build-up and the progress. Like, I would never want to play a new character every 2 or 3 weeks. Like, I think, for me, that's not nearly as fun. So I got emotional, is all I'm saying. But I like that. That means that we care and it's fun. So shout out to everyone for tuning in. We had over 4,000 people tuning in, I think, which is pretty freaking awesome. For me personally, you guys know the drill. I guess I haven't said it in a while, so if you haven't, please do follow me on Twitter, e.g. iNcontroL. I stream on Twitch at iNcontroL TV, but the best way to find out about that is just to follow me on Twitter, because I always tweet when I'm thinking about streaming. And that's really it, other than also a shout out to my team, Evil Geniuses. And that's it. Thanks again. Thanks, everybody.
Dope. Last but not least, Jen, do some shout outs.
Alright, well, shout out to all the viewers, of course. Also, I'm really excited about developing Jackery, so I'm really happy we didn't die, because I've been, like, planning on stuff for a while, so I'm going to work on that. So if you want to suggest stuff to me or tweet at me, follow me at LivinPinkSC2 on Facebook and YouTube and Twitch at LivinPink. I want to apologize for calling on the chat, I'm sorry, and to everyone who's on the show
fuck
with me.
the chat. Chat's bullshit when they do that shit.
Well, I shouldn't even read it, so yeah. Anyway, also, I want to shout out to Jess Timmons at Slyden on Twitter, because she did awesome artwork for me, so I'm really happy about that. So shout out to her. Also, Neal, can we know if the Detect Magic's gonna do anything with the sword?
So you guys all get 1,800 experience.
Yes!
Okay.
Add that to your
not...
character sheets.
We got 2,500 last time, man. Who was the big...
The fucking wyvern gives it a lot of experience because
Does
it's
it give
poison.
more than a boule or whatever?
Yeah, because if it stings you and you fail your saving throw, you die.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, wyverns are fucking scary creatures. Again...
I know. Just by the way, I hope you're not angry about how much we tease you about, because it was pretty funny.
No, I like to tease people. Thus the winky face. Like, I like to be BM
right.
to my friends. Like, I think it's in good fun, and I don't take it poorly.
So, with the Detect Magic, the sword won't be special?
So, I think that's all we have to do, JP?
Well, I still have something to ask. Wait. I want to shout out
shout-outs.
to Misclicks D&D also. Jeff's going to be on the show next time, so you should definitely tune in for that one. I feel like it's going to be really good. And we're embarking on a new adventure, so it's a perfect time to get in on the action. So it's going to be Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. EDT over at twitch.tv/misclicks. And
I'm a
also,
Minotaur.
yeah, he's a Minotaur.
And I'm thinking about having
Just
his character...
revealed it.
That was supposed to be a secret, but whatever, yeah.
Oh, what? Come on.
What is your
All right.
name?
Tyrant.
Okay.
I already have a voice for it and everything, but I think I'm going to make him a long storyteller. I think his nickname will be the Shaggy Dog.
Can I
And
request that while you play, one time you say you can't milk those? Just one time.
All right, I'll try to remember.
And last shout out is if you want to get involved in gaming or esports, check out misclicks.com, and you can send in your application to become a writer for Misclicks. There's no money, there's just esports dollars right now, but maybe someday. We have a dream, so join us. Rawr, rawr. That's it.
Dope. I don't know why I'm saying dope all tonight. That's really weird. I need to come up with a better way to end that stuff. Apart from me, we've got 8-Bits tomorrow. We've got RollPlay R&D on Saturday. Sunday's the Super Bowl, so I don't think there's going to be any shows. Go watch Super Bowl and all that stuff. If not, then go play video games because you don't care about sports. That's fine, too. We'll let you guys know the next episode of Solum as well as all the other shows. But that's it. This marathon day of roleplay is over.
Yeah.
And hopefully we do another one soon. So that's it, guys. See you all later. We're out.
Peace.
Have a great night. Also,
Bye.
I gotta say, we'll do this again, but thanks to all the Europeans for staying up. I know some people have been with us since 4 o'clock this afternoon, my time, which I think started at like 10 for Europe. So you guys are great, and I'm glad that you all stayed up with us. So we'll see you guys next time. We're out. Now everyone say bye.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.